Ladies and gentlemen, live from the top of the food chain, Brooklyn, New York, a new day has arrived in cable TV. Strap yourselves in for a fun ride. It's the Cyclone Variety Show. Now here's your host, Cyclone!
Get me out of this. Free at last, free at last. Come on. They pay you guys?
Now you better be nice to the people here at Brick. You understand me?
Yeah. So guys, thanks a lot for coming to the Cyclone Variety Show. I am your host, Cyclone. So, it's been quite an interesting experience recently, and today's a really big day on television. It is called a Mega Show Day. First of all, we here at Brick are starting the show night off. Later tonight, you will be watching the season premieres of Celebrity Wife Swap and the new season of MasterChef. Followed by, of course, the Rangers Game 3 against the Tampa Bay Lightning down in Florida. And later tonight, the crescendo of them all, the ending of an era, ladies and gentlemen. My mentor, David Letterman, ends the Late Show with David Letterman. And, Dave, I just want to say thank you for your work. I appreciate it. Yeah. Woo. So, speaking of things going on TV, you guys are all familiar with Jim Parsons, right? Yeah. Sheldon Cooper on Big Bang Theory. Yeah. He recently said that he wants to play a supervillain, and he wants to play the role of the Riddler in the next Batman flick. And I somehow see it going something like this. He gets up to the Bat Cave and, I don't know, does something like, Batman, Batman, Batman. And because of the success of the movie, the Lego movie, Warner Brothers has now said that there's going to now be a live-action film of Play-Doh. Yeah, that's all right. That pisses me off. Where the hell is the love for Slinky? I mean, what does Slinky got to do? World-famous superstar actress Natalie Portman has told Hollywood Reporter that she hides her Oscar because, as a religious Jew, she does not believe in praying to false idols. Natalie, you want to hide your Oscar? There's room on my desk for an Oscar. Hand it over. Last night, of course, was the lottery for the NBA draft, and 7 Kentucky Wildcats are now joining the NBA. And in the same vein, 7 New York Knicks are going back to college. Ronda Rousey was named by Business Insider the most dominant athlete in the world. Of course, they named her that after she gave everybody mega wedgies. So, it's the middle of the May, it's allergy season, especially for me, and what I don't like is I have to go to the eye doctor a lot. And I go there, I'm still able to see, but when I'm there, he dilutes my eyes, and when I leave, I'm blind. See a backwards problem? Going to eye doctor can see, leaving blind. But I'm bummed. But when I just was at the eye doctor last week, here's how the eye exam actually went. Cyclone, can you stop blinking? Doc, can you stop poking me in the eye. But he said, I do have good news to tell you that you don't have glaucoma, which is good news for me, I think. But he said, I do have some bad news for you as well. You have a lot of pressure built up behind your eyes. And I was like, Doc, that's nothing. You want to see pressure? Check the belt around my waist. That's pressure. Jeremy, let me ask you a question. Jeremy Batchelor, my stage manager, everyone. You could go in front of RoboCam and say hi. Let me ask you, you ever do anything, and I know I shouldn't ask you this in front of the audience, but you ever do anything like kinky? No. Because you're a straight and narrow guy. I actually did something kinky the other day. I had sex with a girl last week. I know that's shocking. And we used food. Who knew food was for something besides eating, right? But the only person that had a problem with it, apparently, was the waitress. Look, after a long day, they can't all be winners, all right? Speaking of sexual things, a Cadbury chocolate company has just announced they are making a new chocolate bar with 7 fillings in it. Sorry, I think I just orgasmed. Speaking of orgasms, Janet Jackson has announced she's coming out with a new album. God, I hope she doesn't show another boob and screws it up for the rest of us in entertainment, you know? Speaking of entertainment, I assure you, you guys will be thoroughly entertained tonight. This afternoon, early tonight. You guys ready to start it off? All right, without further ado, I met this incredible singer. I'll call you incredible.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thumbs up. While I was doing my manual labor downstairs, ladies and gentlemen, the great, the sultry voice, Alyssa Robbins.
You said you didn't want it, but you took it all anyway. And you wonder. Said come hither, then you pushed it all away. And you wonder. How can I believe why can't she just see? You knew what you wanted, then you changed it all around. And you wonder. Pick me up, then you push me right back down. And you wonder. How can I believe said you didn't want it, but you took it all anyway. And you wonder.
And you'll play us another one a little bit later, right? Thank you very, very much. All right, so you guys all want to learn some interesting facts about real estate? I mean, you all want to, like, eventually get something nice, right? I mean, not like the shack I live in. But, and joining me right now to discuss that, very, very fine gentleman, fine man, Atif Joseph. Thanks for stopping by.
Having me, brother Cyclone.
No problem. I'm going to go around in a circle about this. Right off the bat, and I know this isn't the best place to start, but it's an interesting one. As someone in the business, how do you go about getting a client base to deal with the public?
Well, real estate is a collective kind of business. I'm in the finance end of it. So when one buys a home, I help you to get a mortgage or any type of financing that might be available for the house. So in order for me to get a customer, a lot of times I'm going to rely on another professional, be it the real estate agent, which is the primary source. But a lot of times it might be a CPA who would refer a client over, or even sometimes a divorce attorney. They may have a husband and wife separating and one wants to take the house from another. They might need a financial product that can help them break away cleanly. So a number of ways.
Now, well, first, is there even such a thing as a clean break?
Well, I was mentioning a break. I don't know if it could be clean. When you talk about divorce, I guess nothing's really clean. But
No, but because, I mean, who really decides the breakdown? Okay, two people get divorced. You know, is everything literally 50-50? Because here's the thing. When it comes to someone selling, everyone not has their hand out, but everyone gets paid on a deal. You know, from the brokers to the agents to everybody. So when it trickles down to the actual, you know, civilian, for lack of a better term, would you say that there's just shekels left?
I've been in the business probably about 10 years. So I've only seen really one cycle. I've seen this and I've seen this and this is where we are now, kind of, you know. But generally speaking, when people own real estate for 5 to 10 years, it's going to appreciate. So that house, I know from where I am, for example, I know people who, from one phase of real estate, bought houses between 10 and 30,000 in Harlem, and then some of those folks sold those houses for 800,000-900,000, and then there's that bunch that purchased for 800,000 or 900,000 that are now selling for $2 million or $3 million. So, and we're talking about a 20-year span that you had both of these, maybe 30 years, you had both of these cycles. So are there only a few pennies left? A lot of times there's more. Just around this neighborhood, for example, I can remember 7 years ago being offered a house for $700,000 that's probably sold for close to $2 million right now.
Okay, with that increase, right? I don't even know how to put this. If there's going to be an increased amount of money, do you? I know you probably aren't the best one to even answer this. Would you say a certain type of neighborhood is going to be better off? Because look, 7-8 years ago, this neighborhood wasn't the best, and now it's turned over. How much does that take into account?
Well, whenever you add services to a neighborhood, I mean, we got a new stadium in the neighborhood.
Right.
I can remember right before the stadium going up, people who were in that kind of eminent domain area. I mean, this is sore stuff for Brooklyn people, right?
Right.
But I can remember this whole zone being a really hotbed for people snatching up real estate. And I think that folks who still own pieces of property in this area have really benefited from that growth. You get the growth from having a new stadium, but you know, the amenities, the Whole Foods coming into areas. You have a whole shopping plaza down by the clock tower down there. I mean, there's a lot of, Carver Bank, a lot of growth that these anchor real estate, these anchor commercial real estate entities are bringing to the area. So it's a double-edged sword, right? You know, the folks who have been here, maybe weren't able to necessarily purchase. So this is what I'm trying to help people do, so that they can take part in that appreciation during the next wave.
Now, I know this is a loaded question in your line of work. Would you rather see people rent or see people buy?
Okay. Well, if you can't afford to buy, obviously you want to rent, right?
Right.
Buying is practical for a lot of folks. They just may not understand that it is within their grasp. Owning a home and being able to write off some of your interest is a benefit. Owning your home and being able to take advantage of some appreciation that may occur over time is a benefit. When you're paying rent, you don't get a benefit from that rent that you pay. It just goes away. You can't write any portion of it off, and you never see any of it back when you're time to move. When you own a house, your time to move, you're going to sell it, and you might make a couple of bucks, and if you don't, you certainly wrote off some money during this time, the time span that you owned it.
When someone comes to you guys and asks for money, asks for help, to set everything up, how inclined are you guys to help out? I mean, is there a little like, nah, rather not?
Well, by law, that kind of trepidation or attitude would make us all lose our license. I could say to you that I'm very eager to lend. Anybody who I can help, it doesn't matter. I mean, I've helped people just in the past 12 months buy homes that were under $100,000. I helped a young girl buy a house, a co-op for $80,000, and I've helped people buy homes for $2 and $3 million. So it doesn't matter who comes through the door. I'm going to help someone figure out a way to improve their and their family's life.
Right. See, now I know from the real estate agent side, there's a whole slew of things that you can get nailed for and lose your license. One of them is, well, not really, but blockbusting.
Mm-hmm.
Because as a matter of fact, in Canarsie, where I am, I remember exactly when it started. Fillmore went to every middle house in every block in Canarsie in the first week of May of 1987 and just sold out. And that caused a big stir with us. And property values, I don't want to say they plummeted, but they definitely went down.
Yeah, I mean, historically, blockbusting and redlining and a number of different strategies that investors have used have affected communities, for sure. But the main thing to even when people went under the water, the main thing to keep in mind is if you buy a house, it's a place to live. It's not only an investment. It's primarily where you want to live. So you want to make sure that stays intact. You don't want to buy something you can't afford, because if there happens to be a turn down, you don't want to be in a situation where you're just counting on the speculation to get you through. You're counting on my home going to be worth more money. That's not it's certainly a reason to own, but it shouldn't be the primary reason to own. You shouldn't be speculating with where you live. You should be able to afford where you live, and I encourage people to stay within a certain guideline budget ratio in order to stay safe that way.
Now, I would imagine that it would be. Is it looked on highly to get people to sort of like green their houses?
Yeah, and there are programs, there are incentives. If you wanted to put solar panels, you wanted to do any energy efficient windows, switch over your boiler, there are programs that will allow you to roll those costs into a mortgage. Certain FHA mortgages do that. Yes, there is a big incentive certainly for you to enhance the house so that you save money long term.
So what's your general day like? Once you wake up, once you get to the office, a day in the life?
Well, I guess the first thing I'm doing is checking my pipeline to see who needs servicing, who's moving along in the process. I guess after I check my pipeline, I may start reaching out to folks who I missed from the day before, checking email, etc. Then probably around 10 or so, I'm canvassing for new business, if there are no fires to put out, etc. But typically, my business is heavy paperwork. It's very paperwork intensive, so I'm getting tax returns and analyzing and doing numbers. By noon, I'm probably at a couple meetings. Maybe I met a realtor or met a customer, possibly. But it's a pretty...
Do you guys even, not enjoy, but do you guys downright hate, I'll say, real estate agents? Because, I mean, when it comes to the table to close everything and everything like that, I know for myself, there seems to always be tension. Why?
Well, sometimes there's tension if expectations aren't set and met. If you promise that real estate agent the world and you're only able to deliver the moon, they're going to be a little upset. I mean, you kind of want to set the expectations. Listen, this file, I looked at your file, the client's file here, and based on the program, we're going to be able to close this in 30 days. Oh no, but we really need to close this in 15 days. Okay, that's where some of the tension starts. At closing, if there's a couple of numbers wrong and things are delayed, you get a little more pressure. But typically, everybody works together.
Let me ask you about that, because I'm someone who likes to do things right here and now. Things should have been done yesterday, and I think my crew here can attest to that with me. Why is it when it comes to business, when people are serious about business, and that's all they focus on, that's all they think of, does it take so long? Why? Why can't things be done like that?
What takes so long? Give me an example.
When a place gets closed, okay? First of all, the closing itself takes forever, It should be, and maybe it's just from the real estate agent's point of view, I should go in there, sit at the table. It should be done in 10 minutes, not more, maybe less, but not more. Everybody wants this to move along. Then why is there always so many bumps in the road?
Okay, well, time-wise, I mean that buyer, they're signing duplicate or triplicate of the same piece of paper, right? And there's hundreds of those pieces of paper. That title company, they're getting numbers. They're waiting for approvals from the bank. I take that time to get to know the people around the table. You know, it's a good time to chat with the realtor, chat with, the attorney. But yeah, if you go to a closing, expect to be there an hour if it's smooth. If it's not smooth, they're going to be pulling their hair out for a little while longer. But nowadays, we tend to get it together pretty good. But I do want to mention to you that there are some new aspects of one of our laws that's going to affect later this year. And, our bank has really done a good job at positioning ourselves so that we can have speedier and more efficient closings.
If somebody wanted to get into the business, what would you advise them?
Into the banking side, know how to count, use a calculator, be able to do that, be a good people person that can make good connections, because all your business is going to come because someone's going to have a friend and they're going to want to suggest you. We're not Quicken Loans. We don't have ads on TV a billion times a day. So your business is a one-on-one, interpersonal thing.
Now talk about your bank specifically, how you guys have grown and helped out.
Well, our bank is a veteran-owned bank, so the leadership are all former Army captains, etc. And the two Koch brothers, these are guys who owned a bank called Chicago Bank Corp. At the point in which the mortgage industry changed and you really wasn't advantageous to be a broker anymore, they went out and purchased a bank called the Federal Savings Bank from another set of brothers in Kansas. They grew this bank. We had offices in New York. We're probably an incredibly diverse company with, folks that wear cowboy hats in one part of our company and folks that have yarmulkes in the other part of our company. So it's a really wide range of people. And we've been able to grow because we're well customer focused, I think. And we have good friends like people like you that refer us. So.
Please. Good friends, me. Well, you know what? I want to thank you for enlightening everybody, especially me, since I'm always on the other side of the table. I want to thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. Now, look, folks, you guys weren't too much laughing at my jokes. You guys really want to laugh? Thanks, I appreciate that. You guys all get demerits, damn it. But first, here's a very funny guy, Dr. Rocco.
Thank you guys very much for the warm applause. Did you guys come to laugh?
Yeah.
Great, because telling jokes to people that don't want to laugh is like starting to have sex and not finishing. Even Viagra tells you after 4 hours, seek medical attention, right? I mean, come on, guys. It's okay. Let it out. It's all right. I need people to think I'm funny, not just a pervert. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I like to tell people all the time, I am not like any other doctor you might know. I'm not like Dr. Ross because I'm not rich. I'm not particularly handsome. And I'm definitely not into healthy eating. No, for real, because I can't figure out how 1 banana, 1 orange, and 2 grapes is better than a Big Mac with a large soda, especially when you're hungry, man. I can't put that together yet. I'm not like Dr. Phil, although we do have resembling hairlines and waistlines. I could see why you might think I'm like Dr. Phil, okay? But I'm not like Dr. Phil because I'm not going to go into your feelings. No one cares about your feelings, people. If they did, you wouldn't feel as bad as you do right now, right? Someone would have stopped making you feel this bad, yo. So trust me, no one cares about your feelings. I'm not here for that. I'm not even like Dr. Laura, and I love talking to lonely women about sex all day long. When you guys think of me, I want you guys to think of Dr. Pepper. Because I'm black, I'm bittersweet, and I'm surprisingly refreshing in small doses. That's all I'm saying. No one drinks a whole 2-liter Dr. Pepper, people. Trust me. All right? You know what's crazy? Social media, right? Isn't it making us antisocial? Honestly, right? You see so much of your friends and their stuff on Facebook that as soon as you see them in real life, you're like, you're blocked. Please, I saw your last post. I'm not with it. Then recently, I saw that they wanted to put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. And I was actually very happy to hear that. Until I thought about some young girl in Atlantic Terminal Market trying to spend this new $20 bill. And she's sitting there talking to one of her friends like, I'm not mad they put Harry Potter's grandmother on the $20 bill. All I'm telling you is it should have been Beyonce. Because Beyonce's a star. What has Harriet Tubman really done for black people in the last 20 years or so? And then, I'm going to be standing right there, so I got to tell her, excuse me, sweetheart, Harriet Tubman was the first African-American celebrity. That's right, because everywhere Harriet Tubman went, black people was like, we love you, Harriet, do your thing, girl, come back. You understand? Harriet Tubman had 100, 200,000 followers. They was real followers, you understand me? They follow her every move, like, where's Harriet at tonight? We there. That's right, give it up for Harriet Tubman, that's right. We got to teach these young folks some things about life. But then it got me thinking, if we're going to be politically correct people, we got to change all the money. So now we're going to put Pablo Escobar on the $100 bill. That's right, because that was a joke from the 80s. If you wasn't there, I see why you didn't laugh. It's okay. Because he stimulated the economy. He had Wall Street brokers every day like, listen, man, we need to sell more stocks so we can get more coke. Right? Now we're going to do Brooklyn. Where Brooklyn at? Brooklyn. So we got to put Jay-Z on the 50. We got to put Beyonce on the 50. And you know how they always like to do it big. So we're going to make their bill a hologram bill. When you turn it to the left, you see Beyonce. When you turn it to the right, you see Hov. And when you put it in the middle, it's a picture of Blue Ivy going on to the next, on to the next, You know what I'm saying? Come on, give it up for that. Don't act like y'all. Everybody like, okay. Now, we already did the 20, right? So let's get down to this $10 bill, y'all. This is real talk here. We got to be real. Because people still have to respect our money. This is America, people. All right. So we're going to put a president on the $10 bill. I nominate Bill Clinton. They got the same name. And at the end of the day, if you're going to put a president on the money, it might as well be the coolest one. And if anybody knows anything about weed, you cannot get good weed right now for less than $10. Ask Bill. Thank you. That's all I'm doing. I was just tell the truth, bro. I understand. All right. So now we're down to the $5. This is a very important one to me because it's about food. I nominate Mr. Lee Wing for the $5 bill. You know why? Because he invented the Chinese restaurant. That's right. There will be hundreds of thousands of starving men and women and children right now because women don't cook no more, bro. And when you go inside the Chinese restaurant, what's the first thing they say? $5. You say, how much the wing? $5. How much the rice? $5. How much your kids? $5. What you want? $5. And since they all over everything, we might as well put Beyonce on the dollar bill for all you single ladies, all you single ladies, all you single ladies. Now put your hands up. I hope you put your hands up for me. My name is Dr. Rocco. I appreciate the love and support. You can catch me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm easy to catch in a cab in Midtown for the people who understand. All right, y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, let's start with this. How long have you been doing stand-up?
I've been doing stand-up comedy for 2 years now, professionally for the last year and a half.
Young buck.
Yeah.
And you haven't run away from the business yet?
No, I'm giving the business to business, so I ain't got no time to run. You know what I'm saying? I got to cash checks here, man.
Normally, I don't like running, as you can, tell, but...
We with it.
But I'll tell you, this business has made me want to run a couple of times. Being that you're still young and green, has anything shocked you?
The fact that you're calling me young on camera right now. Yo, I'm young, y'all. I'm still young. I don't know how green I am, but they cool. I got my green card. No, I'm just joking, guys. It's not. You know what? I've been prepared for this because I've always been on the stage in my life. I've always done. I represent a company called Books for Beats. www.books4beats.com. We try to educate kids through the use of music, and we try to empower them. So I did a lot of presentations for the students. And people, you got to keep these kids entertained. They got a 15-second mind span because of Snapchat, Instagram. So, if you ain't funny, it's over. And then that's what happened. From that came to that. And then we wanted a celebrity to endorse the program. And everybody wanted to take the money, but nobody really wanted to endorse the program. So I said, you know what? Let's make a celebrity. And I'm here taking the challenge to make myself a celebrity, not to get rich, because Ronald Darden is quite fine. Dr. Rocco needs your help in order to help these kids. So if you help me become Dr. Rocco, I guarantee you will find yourself a better set of kids throughout the urban communities, throughout the low-income neighborhoods, throughout anywhere I go, because this is what I do. I'm like the Pied Piper. So I appreciate the platform, and I thank you so much. That's what I'm here to do.
And I'm actually happy you said it the way you just said it, because doing urban comedy, do you feel that there's an expectation to be sort of blue and dirty?
I run into not so much urban comedy. Actually, it's in all venues right now. I'll be 100% with you. A lot of the people, a lot of comedians are finding the fact that they're being vulgar as funny. I don't find you being vulgar as funny. No platform. I don't care if it's urban. I don't care if it's non-urban. So I fight against that. Now, I curse, because if you're going to sit there and tell a joke about a dirty diaper abortion and all this other craziness, then I'm going to have to say something after that to get the crowd's attention back. But I do find it sad that some people resort to vulgarity to think that that's funny, because it's not. You can be funny without cursing at all, and I just did it on stage. So, I mean, it just needs to be something that we need to do more often and start to raise our level of who we are trying to be as entertainers, man, because the fact is we are role models. I don't care if you say you're not, you are. Somebody's looking up to you, and I just want people to look up to me for better stuff than the worst.
As someone who started out working dirty, completely, and vulgar and gross, gee, thanks.
Well, I did too. If you go, let me tell you something. My first set at Caroline's, I told jokes about the Brooklyn Nets getting the first gay basketball player. Trust me, it wasn't right, because I didn't know no better. But if you know better, you do better. And as I grew and I got counseled by real comedians that were in the game for lots of times, you know what I'm saying, D.F. Sweetler, Kenny Wu, where they said, yo, Rock, stop cursing. If you're really funny, you don't need to curse. Have you ever made your kids laugh without cursing? And I do it all the time. My kids run around like the people pay for that Floyd Mayweather fight. I tell them all the time, if you want to see somebody run from a butt whipping, you need to just see my house at 6 o'clock. My son is bound to do something wrong, and he going to run from this butt whipping for real, for real. But you see what I'm saying? You don't have to be vulgar to do it. Like I said, be better people, man. Be better people, and we get a better society. That's all I can say, man. So that's what I'm here to do. Dr. Rocco.
Well, I thank you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the platform, and I just thank you for the time.
No problem. You guys are in the mood to shake your bodies a little bit?
Yeah.
Good. I would, but let's face it, my body doesn't, it shakes, but y'all don't want to see that. Once again, Alyssa Robbins.
Woo!
Well, I've been living in this ghost town. I've been stuck here for days. Yeah, I've been living in this ghost town. I've been stuck here for days. And I need someone to help change my ghostly ways. Well, I don't want to live in this ghost town no more. No, I don't want to live in this ghost town no more. 'Cause this town has been a ghost town since she walked out the door. used to know. But now I just wanna pack up my things and go, 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 go. Well, this town is a ghost town for her too. Yeah, this town is a ghost town for her too. 'Cause when she died, Brooklyn died too. Well, I've been living in this ghost town. I've been stuck here for days. Yeah, I've been living in this ghost town. I've been stuck here for days. And I need someone to help change my ghostly ways. Yeah, I need someone to help change my ghostly ways. Thank you.
I told you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me ask you this right off the top.
Yeah.
You have to pick one. Sophie's choice.
Oh no.
Solo or collaborating with someone.
Oh, collaborating for sure.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's so much fun to be up on stage with people that you love and playing music, and they do things that you just didn't even know could happen in the song. And I mean, just recording this past year, it's been insane to hear how your music can change with other artists that are frankly better than you in a lot of ways. Yeah, they kill it. All my band kills it when they come out live with me.
And you were actually collaborating when we met downstairs. Talk about that little group.
Yeah, so we did a queer stoop series, which was great. It was 5 females, all queer and all musicians, and we all just sat in the round and we talked about our music and talked about why the songs were written and with their origins, and just joked and laughed and drank whiskey. It was great.
And I know they had fun because I had to clean up afterwards. So trust me.
We had fun. Yeah.
Yes. What would you say is your opinion when it comes to music now being online for free opposed to what used to be people having to buy albums?
Right. Yeah, it's definitely don't get into this if you want to make money. It's I personally try to buy albums at all times. I try not to take any music for free just because I know that my music gets tossed around and I don't see a dime, right? And even the dimes I do see are not even dimes. They are 0.001 cents. I love getting my checks from CD Baby and being like, look, guys, I made $25 in the last 6 months, It's rough. It's financially really rough. For me, I find, though, that the live scene still, when people see you play live and they feel the energy and you pass the hat, people put dollars in. So that, to me, is where I've made the most is on the road. Other than that, yeah, my $25 checks just buy me a few more whiskeys.
Let me tell you, you have not lived, and either of any of you for that matter, until you have gotten a check from Warner Brothers as a residual from a movie that you've done for a nickel. I'm like, oh my God, Warner Brothers just gave me a whole nickel. And going to the bank with that check and the look of disgust and shame on the poor teller, I'm like, if you're embarrassed, how about me?
It costs more to send that in the mail than it did
does.
to what?
They kill trees for that.
Yeah, right.
So since you like going on the road, what's been your favorite venue so far?
Oh wow. It was
No
just
pressure to say.
No, I had a great time in San Francisco, but I have to say, had a great time in San Francisco. I had a great time in St. Louis. I played this 17-seat diner, and I swore I was going to get killed, and then it just turned out to be the most fun night, and I made the most money that I made on any venue on tour. There's just so many great little places to play, and everybody's so warm and welcoming when you go places, and they take you in and they buy you a drink, and it's really it's like salt of the earth when you go out into America and you just like hang out with people who just want to see music. It's great, but this is great too. Just slid that right in at the end there. Slide it in.
That's a safe move on your part.
Right.
If you had one person to say that you listen to that is your all-time favorite.
Oh, come on. I'd have to go with a female, even though I have many male artists, but I feel like I want to shout out for the females. Amy Mann, to me, is one of the best lyricists today, and she tours nonstop. She's just a workhorse, and she's great live. She's hilarious. She's like a definite idol of mine.
Well, you are now an idol of mine.
Oh,
because
thank you.
You are incredible.
Vice versa. Thank you.
You're a bad liar. But you know who's not a bad liar? Our next comic. I'm going to be working with him next Friday night. 2 weeks in a row. Oh, God, I feel for him. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Bonner. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. How is everybody feeling? Welcome to the Cyclone Show, everybody. Thank you, Jay, for having me on. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mike, and no, the M on my hat does not stand for Mike. It's how I got my grown-ass kids out of the house. Montclair State University. Oh, hell, it could have been penitentiary. I didn't care as long as I got them out. You got kids at home? Anybody got kids at home? Get them out. They're the silent killers. They're like secondhand smoke. You know that song, Killing Me Softly? Yeah, that's a song us parents sing about you kids. And now there's nobody home. I could do whatever the hell I want. No more role model crap. Most of it pisses off my wife. Like, when I take a shower, I just come out and start walking around with nothing on. To which she starts making gagging sounds and acts like she's coughing up a fur ball. I hope she's pretending. So the other day, just to piss her off even more, I come out of that shower, and I start prancing all over buck wild naked. And all I can hear is her screaming at me in the background. Oh, you grow up, act your age, get back in the house. No, I love my wife. I just drive her crazy all the time because I do stupid stuff all the time. Proof to you. Ladies, round of applause if you're a man or you think men in general do stupid stuff. See, it's what we do. It's what we're good at. Sitting on the couch with my wife, my grandson's birthday. Now, a bunch of us are sitting around with those stupid magic light candles. There's a dozen men. Somebody comes up with the bright idea, hey, let's have a contest so you can put this magic light candle out. Okay, 13 guys, alcohol, and fire. What could possibly go wrong here? Does anybody take the warning sign? No, we all just jam into that clown car and start heading down highway stupid. Contest starts, light the candles. Yeah, I forgot to move mine away from my mustache on the inhale. My wife goes, oh my God, you dumbass. She grabs the couch pillow, has to shove it over my face and put out the face fire. Now the clown car doesn't stop there. When she pulls the pillow away, there's a melted candle stuck to what's left of my mustache. And 12 guys, grown-ass men, start dancing around with lit birthday candles, proclaiming me the winner. Oh, and then later on that night, I wake up out of a sound sleep. Can't breathe. Can't get any air in. I'm like, what? I look, my wife has the pillow over my head. I said, what the hell are you doing? You just almost killed me. She goes, fire drill. So I come home the other day, and just as I walk in the door, I hear this banging and screeching going on. I look, and my wife is just singing and dancing around like a ballerina. I'm so pretty, oh so pretty, la 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 la. I said, what the heck are you doing? You're scaring the crap out of the dogs. Your singing sounds like a cat fight. And you're dancing? Well, your dance looks like you're having a freaking seizure. She said, I just came back from my mammogram, and the doctor said I had breast of a 20-year-old. You have 20-year-old breasts? You want to tell me where you're hiding them? I said, well, Miss 20-year-old breast, did the doctor say anything about your 50-something-year-old ass? She goes, nope. Your name never came up. Thank you all. I'm Mike Bonner, and thank your lucky stars. You're not, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Tell you what, it's never going to fit me, so. Although pink seems to be your color.
Thank you. Matches my eyes. So how you doing, Jay? Thank you for having me on.
No problem. Thank you for coming. All the way up from Jersey.
Old Bridge, New Jersey. Yay, Jersey boys.
So how did you get started in this wonderful business called stand-up?
Originally, I started, I was a public speaker. My brother had been killed in Vietnam, so schools and different organizations asked me to speak for them. Instead of making it a terrible thing, I would make it more of a celebration of his life. And after 2 years of making crowds of people laugh at something tragic, my wife Patty pushed me up on stage. Not because I'm funny, get me out of the house though. And then for the next 6 years, I've been on stage, and here I am today. I host my own show in Cranberry, New Jersey, and here I am in a Cyclone show. Dr. Rocco.
So what would you say is something that you like the best about the business, that you just love?
Geez, that narrows it down to nothing. No, I'd rather be getting stoned with real rocks. Best I like the business, I like meeting other comics because, other funny people. When you hang out with other funny people, it's just hilarious.
I find a room of comics the most depressing.
If you ask their own backgrounds, ask them how they got here, yes, it's depressing how they got here. But, it is, and surprisingly, it is a cutthroaty business. People step all over you. They'll take your spot in a second. They'll trash talk you. I've been trash talked out of spots already. So
oh my God!
It's you never have you, Rocco, ever? I'll let you wear it later. Okay.
So, I mean, is road work something that you prefer, or do you prefer having a home base?
It doesn't matter. The home base is good because if I have my own show, I'm the house comic for this show that I do every Friday. So it's good. I get to try. I know every week I'm going to try a new joke, and I'm going to do something different. And the plus side of that is that I've had over 300 comics on my stage. The show's been going on for 2 years every Friday. And I've met all these comics, and out of that I get gigs, other shows, other opportunities. So, it's kind of, I like going on the road because I don't have to worry about the show, setting up the show. I'm sure you go through this, setting up the show. God. I'm sure that's why you went bald partially. That's why I wear a hat. But setting up the show, you're wondering about the comics. Is this room going to fill up? Are the comics going to be good? Are they going to, they walk in the door 5 minutes after the show starts, all that. When I just go out and do a show like I did a show at the Comedy Castle out in Detroit, I just show up, do my stuff, I'm done, I'm happy, and go away, get my check.
Well, I thank you.
Thank you very much for having me, Jay. It was great to be here. This is a great show.
And you know what?
Cyclone.
I want to thank my crew.
Give it up for the crew, everybody.
Listen, you in the control room don't have to pat yourselves on the back. Y'all aren't that great. Stop flipping me the bird, by the way. I want to thank my guests. Give it up for all of them. You guys for showing up. Holy cow. A live audience. I love this. And all you guys watching at home, I want to see you guys here soon. And by soon, I mean next month. All right? By the way, I want to also thank, dun dun dun, that's me playing an instrument. Dun dun dun. I am now a sponsor, so I want to thank the Warren County Craze Girls Softball League. Check them out. I'm watching you girls, and don't worry, no Amber Alerts of me. I'm just watching you guys play ball. Check out CycloneComedy.com. Like us on Facebook at the Cyclone Variety Show. And until next month, America, I am Cyclone saying, stay humble, America.
You joke and pull me with your eyes. Just one of our many goodbyes. And I don't know just what to say, so I smiled as you walk out the door. Standing there cold, wanting more. So don't go, baby. Hang on, baby. Hold on, baby. Just stay here with me. Stay here with me tonight. Tonight. So we'll pack